Hello and welcome to Middle-Aged Geek Girl. I'm Sally. Today I want to share with you a little shopping haul I have received from both AliExpress and Temu, and it's in relation to my sensory / tactile objects that I'm making, that I'm selling on Etsy, and looking at other avenues as well to sell on. So let's check out what I got. I just realised now that I've tipped the entire bag out here, I should have just taken it one item at a time and shown you that way. But no, I have to find the most difficult way to do it. So, oh God, sometimes a bit of pre-planning wouldn't hurt. Alrighty, so the boring stuff out of the way first. I suppose you could call it the boring stuff, or more than necessities in the sense of tools and packaging, things like that. So I think it's 100. It should be 100 or 200. I can't remember the size I ordered, and I'm looking on the packaging. 100, it's right there. So we have 100 cellophane bags here that I'm using, we'll be using to put in some beadable pens that I've created, as well as some beaded lanyards and key rings, all made with silicone beads. That's the thing I'm currently making in the tactile sensory space. So yeah, I just needed some sort of proper packaging for longer items. So just, you know, as I said, the boring stuff first. This is, now, I haven't tested it out yet, but I will. But it runs off a USB, which is great. And it is a drilling tool. So there's your tiny little drill bits and your Allen key. And it's just so when I make a pendant and I want to put a screw bail in, I do have a drill bit that I just manually, this one right here actually, because I've just been using it. So I like this one where you manually drill the hole in and put your screw bail in. I thought I'd try it and go a little bit lazier and go with an electric one. So if you're not sure what I mean by the screw bit, it's like here, as you can see on this resin piece I made a while ago. If you want to drill your little hole in there and put your screw bail in. So yeah, that was cheap. So we'll see how it works. So along with that, I bought these. Now I don't know if these will fit into that piece. I'll try it out later. If not, I can try and do it manually. But they're basically hole drill bits. So for beads, if you have a bead and you want to drill a hole in it, or something you want to drill, or even a pendant, if you want to drill a hole all the way through it, these are hole bits. But they're technically meant to be just for drilling or extending the size of a hole in a bead. Now, because I've noticed when I've been doing the beaded pens and beaded keychains, things like that, the holes on some of my beads aren't big enough because they require a much bigger hole. I think they need something maybe like a 2mm hole or a 1.5mm hole, and most beads don't come with holes that big unless you look for specifically large hole beads or silicone beads where you can stretch them out a bit. So yeah. And also the beads I have are usually acrylic beads, so they aren't necessarily going to have the stability when I try and extend the hole. So we'll just see. But you know, again, these bits were expensive, so I thought I'd get them just to try them out. Next, I have a burring tool. So I didn't know about these things until I was watching something on YouTube. Somebody else was doing it, and what they are for, if you don't know, like I didn't know, they're for when you make your resin pieces. Again, I'll show it on one I've already made a while ago, so I don't actually need to burr anything. But once you demold your resin pieces, you can use this to just scrape off the bit of excess resin that you tend to get when you've used a mold, and that's what these are for. And yeah, all the years I've been using resin, I'd never heard of one, so that was a bit embarrassing. So I just picked this up. So it's the tool, and it comes with, I think it's 11, 2, 4, 6, 10. Yeah, and 11 because the one's in there. So it comes with 11 blades. And I thought that would be a really helpful tool because I'd been filing them down with like nail files or when my Dremel was working, stuff like that. If I can just do a handheld one like this and do it the minute I demold them, perfect. And I'm just checking, yeah, the last of the more boring sort of tool part things I need are these pen refills. So I am doing beaded pens, as I mentioned, and they don't come with refill, like they come with the ink in them, and this is the refill. So I just got a set of 200 of the refills, and when I'm selling the pens I'll put 1 or 2 in with each of the pens, so people, you know, you just don't use it once and then throw it out. You can get refills to keep using it, and so that's good for the people who also buy the pens to know that you can actually access a bunch of refills. Alrighty, next I have these balls of nylon thread. I have black already. I just wanted to get a couple of different colors, so white was the next most popular one I could think of, and they're 1.5 millimeters thick, and these are perfect to use with the silicone beads for the lanyards and key rings I'm using with fabric. And obviously I needed some white closures to work with the white thread, and these are the breakaway type closures, so they're great for lanyards. So if someone grabs your lanyard and rips it, it's just going to break away and not hurt you. And now I have black ones of these already, again, to go with the black thread, and I have tested them out and they work a charm. This one is a multicolored thread. I thought I'd give a go because I want to make, being it's sensory stuff, I do want to make some things a bit more bright and colourful. So this is just like a gradiated thread. So it started off there with purple and it looks like pink to orange to sort of yellow to green to blue, back to the purple. And again, it's 1.5 millimeters thick, the perfect size, because you're doubling it up when you're doing the lanyards and stuff like that, so that would make it 3 millimeters, which is perfect for most of the holes of a silicone bead. And if you are interested in seeing me make some of the pieces, I can do that in a separate video, so let me know, because I will have to make some new pieces with the new beads I've got, which you will see. Not going to try and put that back on, which you will see later on in this video. And I think what we've got left are just a bit, oh no, hang on. We'll do this a little bit more strategic. Yeah, so what's left after these parts are the beads. So these are just hex nuts. Now, if you have seen sensory tools, you probably have seen handmade fidgets with hex nuts. Also, like some people make them into like slider bracelets, things like that. So I just thought I'd just pick up 10 in black, and they will look nice with this multicolored thread as well. So we'll see how they go, but yeah, just 10 just to start it off. You can get hex nuts in multiple colors now, because I think maybe the makers or the manufacturers are starting to realise people use them in fidget toys, so they've made them a bit more colourful. But I thought I'd start off with the standard black and see how they go. And to make the key rings, or for the key rings or the lanyards, and I do have your standard silver and gold key rings already, but I thought I would try and just pick up a random batch of coloured ones. Again, they can work with the coloured thread or the black thread or even the white thread, and they'll work with them all. But you've got star shape, love heart shape, and a cat shape. So yeah, it gives it a bit of a different clip and a bit more excitement on the lanyard / key ring. Alrighty, we'll go into the beads now. So first of all, here are these 4 different colours of the same style of beads, large hole beads with a sort of a mottled dye job on them. And again, these ones I got like the hex nuts to make slider fidget toys, or even if I want to put them on with the silicone beads on the cord, because they are quite big holes, so they'll fit no problem. But the intention is to make slider type fidget toys with them. I'm trying to go like different colors and not necessarily always the color combinations I like, but I ended up doing it again because, you know, purple, green, MAGG Designs colors. Pink and yellow I love together. I try not to do it, but I keep doing it. Next we've got, these came like this, and it's just imitation pearl, so I dare say it's just acrylic or plastic. And they're just spacer beads, but again, they have a large hole, so they're going to be perfect to work with the silicone beads when I need to have a spacer, especially when you're doing a beaded pen or a beaded key ring. You want something that's going to space nicely, because they never are the exact length of the 3 or 4 beads you want to use. You always need something in between. And so just a nice imitation pearl design would work well with very large holes. So yeah, that's what they're for. Staying on with textured beads, and we'll do silicone beads last, and the new focal beads I got. So textured beads, I got, yeah, these ones here are all my textured beads. So I went with 4 different colors, and I think I tried it again. I did it again. I think I just do it subconsciously. Pink and yellow. And what color is this one considered? Camel, it's considered. And this one is orange. So I diverted from the purple. Well, I didn't really, because in a previous shopping trip, see, I went purple, so I can't help it. It's just what I do. But these ones are what they call now. Are they calling these ones sugar sand? Yeah, sugar sand, coated in like really thick sort of glitter dust to make it look like if it was like a dessert type thing coated in sugar. So they do have a texture, which is why I like them, because I just showed you the purple ones I had. Because yeah, part of what I want to do is the sensory side of things, and texture can be a very big thing to people. Silicone beads are good for the biters and the chewers out there, which I would consider myself a biter. I do like biting things, but I also like to feel things. These you don't put in your mouth, but these are good for the people who want a tactile experience. So yeah, I got the 4 colors. Again, they're bigger holes. They should fit on beaded pens and beaded key rings without an issue. Not so much on the cord, unless you're just doing the cord as a single line, not a double line. But it also work if you've got elastic cord, things like that. I probably don't need to put them back in that bag, so I'll put that bag there. And on the textured side still, I got these iridescent ones, and these are all just acrylic. And this was just a mix of 10, but they're spiky, but they're not, I think they classify them as sea urchin beads, but you can feel them. They're not going to hurt you at all, but they're nice and rough to touch. So they're good for, again, for people who like the tactile experience. Okay, next, in the tactile space, didn't know the size of these beads before I ordered them, because they're so tiny. I think they're maybe 6 or 8 mil, probably 6 mil. But I got 3 lots of colors. I got grey, I got teal, and I got red. And these, because they are so tiny, I'm not going to even attempt to make the holes bigger. If I can find the hole in there, the hole's there amongst that fuzz somewhere. But these will be perfect for tiny little tactile key rings or earrings, again, because they're furry, so you'll get a bit of a texture with them. I think they're velvet, they say. I don't know if that actually is velvet or just like fuzz. They're saying velvet surface resin beads, 100 pieces, but yeah, I think they look like they're about 6 mil. Which is fine, I'll find a use for them. I'm not unhappy that they're so small. They're alright, they're very colourful and very furry, and they will be good to use in the tactile space as well. But I did get bigger ones, so I obviously did check. As I said, this is a combination of Temu and AliExpress, so I don't know which one came from which place. I just bagged it all in the one envelope to do the one haul, but These are bigger, so these ones are, I think, 10 mil. No, these ones are not 10 mil. I think these are 12 or 15. I'll measure them up properly like later on, but that's how big they are. And it was 10 random colors. So these, and also do have a bigger hole. So like the sugar sand ones, they will be able to be used on pens and beaded key rings. Because they're textured, I like them. They do feel quite nice. So yeah, and I went 10 random colours because that's going to force me to make designs with the colours and not constantly keep picking the same colours I always pick. So yeah, that was the best way to go, make sure I got a random selection of colours. And these I should have shown earlier, but that's okay. This is just a bag of, now it should be obsidian chips without holes. And these I'm going to use because I am going to attempt to make my own pick pads with flesh coloured silicone. So I do have all the equipment and the materials. Again, if you're interested in seeing me attempt to make them on the channel, we can learn and make together. I'm happy to do that as a video. But I thought these would be perfect for the blackhead ones. So that's what they're for. And again, like I said, if you are interested in watching anything I want to make as a video, I'm happy to make them on camera. But, you know, I want to make sure there's going to be an audience for it. So please do let me know if you're interested. All right, let's move on to the silicone beads. I am going, well, I have made some stuff with silicone beads, but I did buy some more focal beads because they tend to, when you're making it for the adult market, you tend to have a focal bead and then the other beads around it. And I love the fact that some of these ones are clean. Some of them are quite adult orientated, and I absolutely love the fact that I got them from stores on AliExpress that sell silicone beads mostly for the baby market. So when you're making silicone dummy clips, and they have very adult terms on them. Love it. So these are the two newest in the focal beads I have selected, and these ones say perfectly imperfect, and they're the same on both sides. And as you can see, big hole, they're silicone. They're designed to be soft and cleanable and chewable. Now, the only thing with these ones, I wouldn't make a chewable necklace with this on because, and it's all the same with all the focal beads. I know people are doing it. I wouldn't, because if you chew, I think because of the way the wording is embossed, you'd probably end up just biting the letters off, and then you wouldn't really know what your necklace said. But I guess that's up to the buyer, not me, to select whether or not they would want to do it. So, I mean, I haven't really been designing any pure chewable necklaces with just beads like these on them because of that reason. But again, I guess, as I said, it's the buyer, not my choice. I don't have to, and I shouldn't gatekeep what people want to buy. So, and again, these are stuff like they will be on Etsy when I've made them, but I really do want to find a better system as well so that I can sell them through for the NDIS market, because these are definitely things the NDIS does support for people with autism and other psychosocial illnesses. This one is "No one is you, and that is your power." And I thought that was a very good message as well. So I got these two with more positive affirmations. The other ones, which I will show you, which I bought at a different time and I didn't do a haul on, which I should have, which is why I'm doing a haul on this one, but you will see the pieces when I've done them. Because, yeah, the other ones have swearing on them. These ones are going to be for non-swearing, but also I'm not aiming for children. I'm aiming for a teenage to adult market with an alternative mindset, because everything out there is so bright and colourful and beautiful for kiddies. We need to think about the other people who are neurodiverse and don't necessarily want all the same stuff that the kids want. So I got these silicone beads. These are like your abacus beads, and these are just your standard round. So these are good to put on either side. And I did get these colours specifically. It's a mixture of like a pastel set because of the colours that were based on this one. So I got these colours specifically to match with the colourfulness of that and that. And the last two sets that I have purchased, these are sets. They arrived a bit more messed up than they show them in the photo, but all the pieces are there. They're all silicone beads again, except for these obviously diamond spaces, diamond rondelles, I think you would consider them spaces, but the beads, this is like a pink and grey set, and you've got your textured Bayberry type beads there. So I bought that one for pinkish because I do have some pink beads, because I do have some pink focal beads that are a bit rude, but I'll show you them anyway. I haven't actually made those ones up yet, so I'll have to get them out and show you them separately. And the other set is this one, and this has plush beads as well in it, and I do have a set of 20 mixed color plush beads that I've used on some of the designs I've made because they are really nice and soft to play with. But this was like a brown and grey set, so these are more the colors that I tend to go for. That one I went, just go out there and get that pinky cow spot set. See how you like it. But let me just quickly show you. All right, now I'm going to tell people to look away if you don't like swearing, because this is a very strong swear word on these, and I'm not even making that up. But I've found these ones, and these ones I haven't made any into designs yet, but partly that's why I wanted this sort of colour set as well. So you have been warned, look away now. Don't be a cake. I just love these, and they are double-sided, and they are silicone beads, and they will be made into the same sort of thing I'm making everything else. When I saw these, I went, I have to get them. So yeah, and that's why it makes me laugh so hard, because these are the type of beads. They're silicone beads. They're all in the baby store places because that's where the silicone beads are sold. I've got them off screen now, so you can look back. But yeah, that made me laugh, and that's why I got them. But yeah, because I was waiting on some pinkish beads. That's why I haven't made them into anything yet. To show you, once again, here it all is, dragged in the center of the latest things I've been buying for my business adventure in making sensory and tactile fidgets. As I said, it's not all of the stuff I've been buying, because I went and made a bunch of stuff with the last haul I did, completely not thinking I should have filmed it as a haul as well. But you'll see that in the next video. You'll see what those bits were, because they've been made into awesome things. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this haul. Are you excited to see any of these bits and bobs made into something? Again, I am happy to share making videos with you. Just let me know in the comments, because I really would like to know what you guys would like to see on my channel. I am trying to, as I said, get back into some sort of normal space. You will understand why that is if you watched my colour and chat video recently explaining what's been going on. But I'm getting there, and yeah, I just want to know that if I'm spending the time filming, if it's something you guys actually do want to see. So please do leave me a comment. I love to hear from you, and I always respond. And even if you can't think of anything to say, an emoji is always appreciated as well. But it's also a nice reminder that if you are enjoying the content I create, to please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. All of it is free, and it's all engagement, and the YouTube algorithm gods love engagement, as do I. And lastly, if you're interested in supporting the channel further, I do have a Ko-fi and a Patreon account set up, and the details are up here on screen. And I also have a RedBubble, Etsy and Zazzle store. So if you're interested in purchasing any of my merch, the links to all of them is in the description. But I want to thank everybody for watching. It is always truly appreciated. And until next time, please stay safe, stay weird, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.